Hello, it is day 8. Currently Friday, January 23rd, January 23rd, 8:22 a.m. I've been up since 10 p.m. the prior day. I just been chilling. I've been in the okay. I, I told. Well, I read my story. Okay, working on my story. I read my story, and but before I even get to that, day 8, feeling good, keeping up with this. Um, Hopefully we get through a whole nother week. You feel me? This is a rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. So yeah, so let's get to my story. I wrote my first couple of pages. I read it on my last video. So I also read it to my mom and my brother and I, also reading stuff like that, it can you can get they said it was really good. They really liked it. I think it's good too. Don't get me wrong. But reading it to family, they can also give you a bias. So I hope it's good. They said it sounded like a actual like professional author or whatever. Different things. We don't really read books like that. We all don't. I don't either. So it could be like just from a beginner standpoint. But look, a lot of beginners. You feel me? Look, I feel like I did good, and keep on going. I didn't write today though. I feel like writing later on today. I'm thinking about the next scene. I think I'm gonna write it scene by scene, but yeah, I think I'm gonna write it scene by scene. But I'm thinking of one scene, but low key that this should be the end of the chapter. So this next scene I'm writing needs to be about the background of the astronauts. The background, yeah, basically. Like I want to end this chapter off with, you know, the the government, whatever, the president of all that, the top high ranking NASA or whatever. I want to end them off all day. Like they all in like imagine like this big room, meeting room where all the chairs around, like the oval room or whatever. And they all like watching the the moon landing. And yeah, so and then I got some like dialogue, very important dialogue, whatever. Then I want that to go into to be the end of the chapter 1. Then go into chapter 2. I want the chapter 2 to be about the actual astronauts, like the 3 main astronauts I'm gonna be writing about. Still gotta think of a name for them though, which is crazy. I'm bad with names or whatever. Like bad with coming up with names. But yeah, I want to write about that and their takeoff. So I really might write there. I might start them off like they all like at a bar or something, like months before or whatever, and try to get like a little background of them, and then go into the background of their family. Well, really, one of them, the main one, family, telling them, yeah, explain all that, add pressure to them of not taking the mission and all that. I'm just thinking of all this now, but add pressure to the mission. So really, start at the bar. That's one scene. Next scene, the dude, the commander astronaut, is talking with his wife, his kids, or whatever. They kind of got a little resentment because it's a really dangerous mission. They want him to stay and be safe, but he want to go and make history or whatever. So add a little conflict there, and then the end of chapter 2, I want the take off into space, but not to the moon yet. Then begin of chapter 3. I want them to first talk. They over there, they vibing. Add more, add like a bond, create a bond between them. And that's between the first, like, okay, I'm breaking these chapters in 3. So the first 2 is add bond between them, whatever. And bam, chapter 3, they land. And getting to chapter 4, a problem happened. They gotta stay. They gotta add. Now, to be honest, the beginning of chapter 3 they might land on the moon. So chapter 2 is gonna have all the building, whatever. I gotta really see. I gotta first see how many scenes I fit in chapter 1. And only one scene took 2.5 pages. I think chapter is like 15 pages. So if we break that up, that's like 7 more, like 6 more scenes. 6 to 5 more scenes. So, but it really depends on like how much dialogue in the scene too and all that. I had a lot of dialogue, but the actual taking off, like them talking dialogue is fine. I had some descriptory language, but when you're taking off in a rocket ship, I'm gonna have more descriptory language than dialogue, which will I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how it is. I think it's gonna add more to the pages, so to be more bluff or whatever. But that's fine. I've been working out, going to the gym. I want to get big. Like I want to get big, like muscle. Like you see, like I can keep my size right now. Get the muscles to define it, but I gotta lose fat. See, I gotta lose fat like here. This is stubborn right here. This armpit fat. I don't know how to get rid of it. But like I got muscle under. Like you can see the muscles and all that. It's more like I. So my weight loss, like I would say I failed every time because I did go from like 240 one time to 190, pushing 185, but I went down to 190. So that's 50 pounds right there. I lost 50 pounds, and that was during like COVID time. No, that was during senior year of high school. It was going, I was drinking smoothies every day, eating the same, but drinking smoothies every day. And then COVID times, I was working out. So that was good, but I feel like I lost muscle and weight. So I looked better and all that, but I still feel like I looked at the same. I would never consider myself like, oh yeah, like you're skinny or like you're fit or no. I still felt fat, but I got more muscle now, but I still feel fat. I'm being honest. I'm like 215 right now. 6 foot 215. That's fine. Whatever. But I'm gonna focus more on. I try to cut a lot of calories out to lose the weight and all that, and that's hard. I think I'm gonna focus on what I'm eating instead of how much I'm eating. So I can eat however much I want. I know calories do count, but if those calories are in, okay, I'm eating. Let's say this, right? Let's say I eat 2,500 calories in a day. One meal, it can be like a Chipotle meal, Chipotle bowl, or JJ's chicken fingers and fries, whatever. That meal is 2,000 calories. And then I snack a little bit. I eat one meal, 2,000 calories, then I snack because I'm hungry. Since I only ate one meal and I start snacking, that snacking is going to be like, well, I don't know, I can eat some candy. No, let me eat some crackers. No, let me eat this. Now that snacking right there is gonna add up. That's what it usually is. Snacking adds up. Now because I only ate one meal, I'm hungry during the snacking phase. Now if I eat multiple times, focus on eating protein instead of like the calories. Most of the calories come from the oils and like fries or whatever, you feel me. If I focus on eating as much like ground, like I can go with it. I got a lot of ground beef in there. I can eat, feel full, protein shake, core power. You feel me? Word. And whatever. So if I eat my regular meals, let's say I eat a regular meal today, I'm gonna eat I'm gonna eat some catfish, right? Catfish not gonna fill me up. I know it. Everybody, I don't know, whatever. Catfish not gonna fill me up. But now I can add some ground beef when I do get hungry. Now that ground beef is gonna get me. It's gonna get me full when I eat that right then there. Ground beef and maybe some rice or whatever. That's 2 meals. I'm done. Now that second meal, like, you see, the first meal was 2,000 calories. It's not, but it's 2,000 calories. That second meal, that lean ground beef and rice, no more than no more than 500 calories. Or, yeah, no more than 500 calories. That meal is way healthier than what I did before. Because before, it gets to a point, if that keep on happening, it gets to a point where instead of snacking, I'm ordering a whole nother meal. I'm ordering some Legend, McDonald's, or whatever, because I'm hungry. I've been hungry. And that hunger been adding on. So I feel like not counting, I just went a whole rant, but I feel like not counting and just focus on what I'm eating is going to be better, because eventually it's going to fill me up to where I don't want to eat as much. And hopefully you get hopefully you get what I'm saying. You know, hopefully I'm making sense. I feel like I'm making sense. I'm making sense in my head, and I'm going to stick with it. Also, try to hit my protein, get bigger muscle. I feel like me trying to push my body to be like under 180. I don't know. I feel like my body is naturally in the 200s. Like, okay, I know you can plateau at any weight during any time, but I go from the cusp of like 190 to 220, really 200 to 220, and when I actually try to lose the weight, I'm around 200. And that's the hardest to break out of the 200 to 205 to 208, whatever, to 210. That I feel as, so if I weigh that much and put on muscle, well, I feel like I'm doing good. And you know, muscle burns fat on its own and all that. And then, you know, I gotta make sure I just work out. When I work out, eat protein. When I eat the protein, my muscles get bigger. So I'm really gonna work out. I'm gonna focus on my arms. I want my arms to get bigger. On my arms. You let the biceps look alright. I need to get that tricep. But my tricep is better than my bicep. So I don't know. It's more. I really gotta get my shoulder. My shoulder is trash. I want to do calisthenics, but my wrist is fried. Like you can see that right there. It's fried. I can't even do. Before I used to crank out push-ups, 45. Now I can't do push-ups on my hands like that. I gotta use a dumbbell. But before, like I've been having this pain since 2022. Yeah, 2022, when I don't know what I did something, but I fried mine or whatever. So, but I learned how to do push-ups at all before even, during 2021, before 2021, I couldn't do push-up, couldn't do a single push-up. But you really gotta like train your body, like really push through it. That first, you can struggle. You gotta struggle your hardest. You gotta struggle your hardest to even, like, I was struggling trying to do my first one, but then eventually, like I'm telling you, a couple of days, 3 days, I was able to do one. Bam. Now I'm able to do one, and I struggle to do two. Push, push, push. When you push, you set. Like you building that muscle. And now I get to realize I be counting, 8, 9, 10, I'm done. 12, and I try to go up in the weight, but then I try to go up in the weight, and it's not. I just need to stop counting and just, whatever weight I pick up, I do it until I can't do it no more. Now, if I'm doing it for a long time, then I'm gonna start counting. I know what I'm gonna do. What if I feel like I'm like, okay, I did mad reps, let me just start counting. If I count to 8, and I still do it, done. Now I know to up it. And when I up it, then I do it. Then you feel me? I gotta stop counting to start going to failure. I don't go to failure because I'm scared to, one, hurt myself. Two, I don't want to drop the weight. I feel like dropping the weight is, feel me? Dropping the weight is a lot. You dramatic when you drop the weight. Like, come on, bro. I look like, come on, bro. Like, yo, come on. But yeah, I want to slamming weights. Yeah, I don't want to slam weights. So, yeah. I got to just go to my hardest, do my hardest so I can grow. But word, I can. Yeah, trust me. I've been seeing a lot of gym motivation. I think what I'm going to do, print a picture out of 3 characters. I want to be like Escanor, Toji. I got like a JJK season 3, episode 3 came out. Maki is fire. She is the next Toji. She is crazy. She is valid. That might be my favorite female character. She is crazy. I ain't gonna lie, like, hey, I want to be like Makima. I mean, no, Maki, not Makima. Nah, that's a whole different anime. I want to be like Maki. 3, I'm gonna print out Maki 3. She's crazy. She's word. All right, that was a lot of rambling. I did a lot of rambling. Mental health. Oh, hold on. There's a snow warning, ice warning, whatever. People are like getting ready for it. We got a lot of food, so we chilling, but people getting ready for it. I'm chilling. Hopefully the lights don't go out. I'm hoping the lights don't go out. Power don't go out. Or hopefully everything is good. But I feel like it is gonna go out. Yeah, hopefully everything is great. I got a mail from Discover Card. I haven't paid the Discover card in a minute. So, but mental health wise, I'm gonna give myself a 7 because I was struggling. I didn't go to the gym yesterday, so hopefully I go to the gym today. And yeah, it's not a 7, just because of that. Because I want to be constant in what I do. But yeah, it's January 23rd, Friday, 8:39 a.m. See you, day 8.